Welcome to GoodnightGrow. Tonight's story is called First Day at the New School. Get cozy, and let's begin. The family had moved in July. New town, new house, new everything, new roads to learn, new shops, a new park 2 streets over that looked like a good park but wasn't the park they knew, which made it different in a way that was hard to explain. The new house was nice. Nyra's room was actually bigger. There was a garden with a proper tree in it that Ryan had immediately assessed for climbing potential and Mum had immediately assessed for branch strength, and they had reached different conclusions. All of that had been July. This was August. And tomorrow was the first day at the new school. The August days had been long and warm. Days of exploring the new garden, where Ryan discovered a whole colony of ants marching purposefully along the fence, and Nyra found a quiet corner under the big tree where the shade was deep and cool. There had been trips to the new park, which, while not their old park, did have a swing set that went astonishingly high. Nyra had pushed Ryan on the swings, her own feet lifting off the ground as she ran, pretending to be an aeroplane gaining speed for takeoff. They had found a new ice cream shop with surprising flavors, and a library where the books smelled wonderfully new and yet comfortingly familiar. Mum had often pointed out the new school on their walks, a red brick building with big, friendly windows, and a sprawling green field behind it. "It looks very welcoming, don't you think?" she had said one sunny afternoon, as they walked past, Ryan pointing at a brightly painted mural on one of the outer walls. "And they do things a little differently, which will be interesting," Dad had added, remembering what the headteacher had told them on their visit. Nyra had nodded, genuinely interested at the time. A change could be good. A new way of doing things might even be fun. She'd spent some afternoons drawing pictures of what her new classroom might look like, or imagining the other children she might meet. The thought of it had felt like an adventure waiting to unfold, a fresh, clean page in a brand new book. Almost like a game. Nyra had been mostly fine about it all summer. She'd said so when people asked the aunties, the neighbors from the old house who'd come to say goodbye, the friend of Mum's who'd appeared with a plant. Fine. Excited, even. Fresh start. New people. She had meant it, or close to it, for most of the summer. But that was before tomorrow had become tonight. After dinner she got quieter. After her bath she got quieter still. By the time she was in bed, new school uniform laid out on the chair, shoes by the door, bag packed and ready, the quiet had become the kind that was made of too many thoughts rather than too few. Dad came to say goodnight. He sat on the edge of the bed and could tell straight away. "Want to talk?" he said. Nyra said yes. She didn't say it all at once. It came out in pieces, not a list, but the way worries come out when you've been holding them in for a while and someone finally sits down properly. She didn't know anyone. Not one person. Starting somewhere where you already know people was one thing, starting where you know no one was something else entirely, and she'd been telling herself it was fine and she wasn't sure it was. What if nobody talked to her? Not out of unkindness, just because everyone already had their people and there was no obvious reason to go looking for someone new. What if the work was different? She'd heard from Mum that the school did things slightly differently and she'd been trying not to think about this and now she was thinking about it. What if she got lost looking for a classroom and everyone saw and that was the thing people remembered about her? She said all of it. Dad nodded slowly. He understood that surge of words, the way they built up behind a dam until one small crack let them all tumble out. He remembered his own first day at a new school, many, many years ago. The strange smell of the corridors, the unfamiliar faces, the worry that he might accidentally sit in someone else's seat. He hadn't had a grown-up to talk it all through with quite like this. He'd just held it all tight in his stomach, a small, hard knot that stayed there all morning. It had faded, of course. Everything always does, in the end. But it had taken a while. He wished he'd known then what he knew now, that worries are like shadows. They look enormous and frightening when you keep them tucked away in the dark. But when you bring them out into the light, when you speak them softly, they often shrink. They become less a monster and more just a shape. And shapes are something you can work with. Dad listened to every single one. When she finished, he said, "Those are all real things. Let's go through them one by one." They did. Not quickly. Slowly. For each one, he asked, what could she actually do about it? Not whether it would definitely be okay, but what was within her power. She didn't know anyone. She knew how to introduce herself. She'd done it before. She was, actually, quite good at it when she wasn't scared. Nobody talking to her. She could talk first. She'd done that too. She thought of Amora, earlier that year, and the pencil case, and how it had felt. The work being different, she could ask. Teachers expected new people to have questions. That was normal. Getting lost. Dad said he had something for that. He went to his study and came back with a piece of paper. He'd drawn a rough layout of the school from the map they'd been sent, the main building, the year groups, where the canteen was. He'd labeled it in his clear, careful handwriting. Nyra took the map. She looked at it. "You drew this," she said. "Best I could from what they sent us. Not to scale, I shouldn't think." She studied it anyway. It helped. Having the shape of the place in her hands, even an approximate shape. Nyra traced her finger along the lines Dad had drawn. She found the little square marked Year 3 classrooms and then another for the library. She imagined herself walking from the main entrance, turning left at the big notice board Dad had pointed out on their visit, past the music room, and then arriving at her classroom door. It suddenly didn't feel so much like wandering into a vast, unknown country. It felt like a path she could follow. She even saw the canteen, a cheerful rectangle in the middle, and pictured the bustle and chatter of lunchtime. Maybe she would find a friend there. Maybe someone would smile and offer her a space at their table. The map didn't erase all the worry, not entirely. But it replaced the vast blankness with something solid, something she could hold in her mind's eye. A little piece of tomorrow, held firmly in her hands tonight. Mum came in. She sat on the other side of the bed. "Still awake," she said. Not as a reproach, just noting. "We're doing the worries," Dad said. "Mum, how are they looking?" "Nyra, smaller." "Good." That's what happens when you say them out loud and someone doesn't tell you they're silly. "They're not silly," Dad said. "They're not silly," Mum agreed. "They're real. They're just more manageable in the open." From next door, Ryan's door opened. He appeared in Nyra's doorway, holding his toy giraffe, Gerald, sleepily. He'd heard voices. He looked at Nyra. He walked over and held Gerald out. "For brave," he said. This was apparently his full statement. Nyra looked at Gerald. She looked at Ryan. "I'll give him back in the morning," she said. "Ryan, he can go in your bag." Nyra looked at Mum. Mum gave a small shrug. "Why not?" She tucked Gerald into the side pocket of her school bag. Ryan, satisfied, padded back to bed. Mum said goodnight. Dad did too. The room went quiet and dim, just the lamp on low. Nyra lay on her back. The worries were still there. Smaller, but present, like things seen from further away rather than right up close. She thought about what Mum had said once. Brave doesn't mean not being scared. It means doing the thing even though you are. She thought about tomorrow morning. The gate. Walking in. She didn't have to arrive already friends with everyone. She didn't have to be confident. She didn't have to have it sorted. She just had to walk through the door. That was all. Just through the door. She thought about Gerald in her bag. She thought about the map on her bedside table. Both small things. Both hers. She could do just through the door. She was almost sure of it. The house was quiet. Ryan's breathing from next door, already deep and even. He'd been asleep before he'd finished the walk back to bed. The school bag was by the door. Gerald in the side pocket. The map on the table. Just through the door. That was all. Nyra closed her eyes. Tomorrow was just the other side of sleep. The air in the room was soft, cool against her cheek. The lamp was low. The room was dim and warm, comforting, like a quiet hug. Nyra lay on her back and breathed. In and out, letting the air gently fill her lungs. Then slowly, slowly, letting it go. She thought about the worries, all of them named, all of them heard, all of them smaller now that they'd been said out loud. Not gone. Just held differently. Like small, smooth stones on a beach. Rather than sharp, jagged rocks in the dark. She thought about Gerald in the side pocket of her bag. One small giraffe. 4 brave. A silent friend. Ready for morning. From next door, Ryan's breathing came through the wall, deep and even. He'd been asleep the moment his head went down. No worries about tomorrow for Ryan. Just soft, peaceful dreaming. She thought, just through the door. She said it to herself, once. Just through the door. A simple step. One foot in front of the other. Outside, the night was still. No wind. No rain. Just the dark, and the stars, and tomorrow waiting. Patiently waiting. Her hands uncurled slowly on the blanket. She hadn't noticed they'd been holding on to something. Now they let go. All the little tensions melting away. The lamp made the ceiling soft. Her breathing slowed. Deeper now. and quieter. She thought about the door. She thought about walking through it. She could see herself doing it. In her mind. Just a step. And then she couldn't see anything. She was just resting. Just quiet. Good night. That's the end of tonight's story. And remember, brave doesn't mean not being scared. It means going in anyway. The worries that stay in your head feel enormous. The ones you say out loud become something you can work with. And sometimes, just walking through the door is enough. Now, don't go anywhere, stay snuggled up exactly as you are. Because the sleepiest part of tonight is just beginning. Let your head rest heavy on your pillow, and listen. Our story has come to a gentle end. But our bedtime journey isn't quite finished yet. Now it's time to help your body become wonderfully sleepy. You don't need to sit up. You don't need to open your eyes. Everything we do now happens right where you are, snuggled safely in your bed. Let's help the very last little wiggles drift away. Gently make your hands into little fists. Hold them, just for a moment. And now let them go. Soft and floppy, like sleepy little starfish. Now curl your toes. Hold them gently. And let them relax. Feel your feet becoming warm and quiet. Now scrunch up your whole face. Like you've just tasted a super sour lemon. And let it all go. Smooth. Soft. Relaxed. Now let your shoulders melt down into your pillow. They don't need to hold anything anymore. Your arms feel heavy. Your legs feel heavy. Your whole body feels warm, loose, and wonderfully cozy. Now it's time for some sleepy breathing. Imagine you're holding a little flower in one hand and a tiny candle in the other. When you breathe in, smell the flower. Nice and slowly. When you breathe out, gently blow towards the candle. Just enough to make the little flame dance, but not enough to blow it out. Let's do it together. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. And breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Again. Slowly breathe in. And slowly breathe out. One last peaceful breath. In. And out. Perfect. Your body already knows how to fall asleep. Now, while you keep breathing softly, I'm going to say some gentle bedtime words. You can whisper them quietly inside your mind, or simply listen. Both ways are perfect. I am safe. I am warm. I am cozy. I am loved. My body knows how to rest. Every slow breath helps me feel peaceful. I did my best today. Anything that didn't go perfectly can wait until tomorrow. My thoughts are becoming quieter. Like little stars gently fading into the night sky. The people who love me are close by. I don't have to make sleep happen. Sleep always finds me. One gentle breath at a time. Now there is nothing left to do. Just rest. Warm. Safe. Loved. Our story is sleeping now. And it's your turn too. Your blanket is warm. Your pillow is soft. Your breathing is slow. Your body knows exactly what to do. From here, the gentle music will keep you company. As you drift into peaceful dreams, I'll see you in another bedtime adventure. Until then, sleep well. Dream kindly. And remember, every day you grow a little wiser. A little kinder. And a little braver. Keep growing. Even while you sleep. Good night. Sweet dreams. From all of us at GoodnightGrow.